apologize. I think I finally got it straightened out. I've only tried this about 6 times in a row. Okay, I think this is vertical, and I didn't really want it vertical. But I don't think I can change it at this point. Shoot. All right, hold on a second. If you're here, hold on. I've got to figure this out. This has been one of those days where everything is crazy. For sure. Okay. Yeah, it's crooked. Darn it. I got a thumbs up, though, from somebody who doesn't care that it... Oh, hey, K-Rad. Howdy. I'm just frustrated at all of this. I didn't want my camera sideways, so I'm going to have to readjust things just a tad. So maybe it will be better. I don't know. We'll see. See if I can get it to look better. Nope. Orientation locked. Rotate device back. Nope. Not doing it. Okay. I think maybe that's better, though. Or is this upside? This is probably upside down for you. Oh. You know, I went and I played pickleball today, and everything was upside down and backwards. Hey, James. Good to see you. I'm glad you guys won't mind that I'm having a moment here with my device and my things, because they are not cooperating with me. I wanted to do some doodling, but I don't know if it'll matter if it's upside down or sideways. Let's see how bad this looks if I change this. Hope everyone else is having a good day. It's a crazy day for you too, K-Rad. Well, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I guess misery loves company. Misery loves company when it's crazy. I think I'm going to move this. Yes, you will hear a momentary crash. I think I'm going to put my camera up here in front of me, and then it should be better for you guys anyway. It'll be upside down, but at least it'll be better. Okay, let's see. How's that? How is that for my book? Yes, it's shadowy. It's like I just wanted to do something kind of peaceful and calm because I kept saying I was in a way. My son kept saying, "No, you're in a mood." Okay. I'm in a moody way apparently today. But that's okay. We're going to do some crafts. We're going to have some fun and it will be better. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. There. Right there. Don't move it. Don't move it. Just leave it where it's at. Anyway, hello everyone. Hello Irish Mart. Yeah, James. I'm with you. We're just going to move on, and we're going to pretend that this is a great day, because sometimes that is just all we can do, right? We can just pretend that it is a great day. Okay, so I want to do this doodle that I saw, and I really apologize for the shadow. My husband and I are trying to work on getting the lights to look better in here. So this one just starts with a grid pattern. You know, I played pickleball, I think it was Monday, and it was a good day. Oh my gosh, it was such a good day. I hit everything. I was on fire. I was just like, yeah, I'm so good at this game. And today I was humbled. I was like, have I ever played this game before? Do I know what I'm doing? But thankfully, we all have those days when we play together, so everybody understands. Okay, so grid line, and then you make a black dot at the intersection of each of these lines. I feel like my pen's gonna die. I feel like it's just gonna be like, nope, we're not doing this today. But if it does, I'll just grab a different pen. That's why I chose black. Won't be too much. Does anyone else here like to doodle? I watch all these videos, the TikTok videos and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, I want to do that. So I'm like, hey, let's just do it. Let's make a doodle page. I'm all about using what I have. That's kind of my theme this year. And as I say that, I'm looking over here at the side thinking I should show you what I made last weekend when I went to my craft retreat with the new paper I bought. I feel like paper's different. Sometimes you need new paper. You need new cardstock. Yeah, pickleball. That is right. Any of you ever played pickleball? James, it's the fastest growing sport in America. I don't know if anyone near you plays pickleball, but it is a great deal of fun. And I don't know exactly how old you are, James, but I know how old your dad is, so I'm guessing that you are perfect age for pickleball. Because at my age of 54, I am one of the youngest people that play at the community center where I play. And that's no joke. And those people, woof, they are good. I love it when some young people come in and they think, oh my goodness, look at all these old people. We're going to beat them. And it's like, that's what you think. Well, you're not going to beat these old people because these people are hardcore. A lot of them played racquetball and or handball in their youth. And pickleball's a lot easier because you can fit three pickleball courts in the amount of space that it takes for one tennis court. So there's not near the amount of running around that it takes to play tennis. You would need an ambulance on the side. James, you're 50. Okay, then you are younger than me, James. Then you definitely need to play pickleball. It's a great stress reliever. That's what I'll say. A great stress reliever. Oh, and I did answer your email, James. You said you have a dog. You have what did you tell me? You have the dog of your sister's dog or the dog of your dad's? There's a familial relationship between you and whoever and the dog. So what kind of dog does everybody have? We have a cockapoo. And he's old and he is cranky. And he has decided that he doesn't want to eat his very expensive blue buffalo dog food that I just opened a new bag of, which cost $70. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's like, no, I'm not kidding you, and I'm not eating this food. And I'm just going to lay here on my bed and look like I'm dying until you feed me something else. So yesterday, Ben, my son, accidentally dropped a chicken strip. Teddy dog happily wolfed up the chicken strip. Ben gave him some banana. He ate that. He gave him a tortilla chip. He ate that. I gave him salmon skins. He happily ate that. I gave him my husband gave him some canned pumpkin, because it's supposed to help with their digestion and things. Words are hard today. And he put it in the bowl on top of his dog food, and he would not touch it. He wouldn't. So I took some more pumpkin and I put it on a clean plate, a paper plate, and held it out, and the dog ate it like crazy. A Whippet, and my dog has her sister. They're really skinny, like a greyhound, right? Short hair, like a greyhound. I think if I have it right in my mind, that's what a Whippet is. If not, you can tell me I'm wrong. Oh, Marla has a husky and a golden doodle. Golden retriever on there. So your golden doodle is probably big, right? Because Teddy is a cockapoo. And he's the medium size. He's the Cocker Spaniel Poodle mix. And it's nice because he's hypoallergenic. And my husband always had dogs growing up. And we never did because my dad and my brother were allergic to animals. So, I told my husband one time, I'm like, we can't ever have a dog unless it's a cockapoo. I was like, I've done some research. And I'm like, but they cost like $700. So don't you dare spend $700 on a dog. Because at the time, we were a young family and he did not make much money at all. And that would have been a huge expense for our family. So my friend called me one day and she's like, hey, there's this lady at work who's giving away a cockapoo puppy. I was like, why? What's wrong with it? And she said, nothing. The lady just is getting a divorce and her husband took their other dogs. So she got this puppy for her kids. And she's a nurse and she works 12-hour days, and she didn't realize that she'd be leaving a puppy at home alone for 14 hours a day. Jake is 50 pounds, but he looks like a retriever. Retrievers were great. And so she said she just wants to get rid of him. So she showed me a picture of him, and I was like, yeah, he's cute. But I didn't grow up around dogs. So I just was like, I'm not sure. And so I waited a whole week, and I thought, now surely to goodness, this dog is going to be gone by the time I get around to calling this lady back. Well, I called her back and she was like, no, we still have the dog. Would you like it? And I was like, So I was like, well, I'll come over on Sunday and I will see the dog. And I guess short of it biting me or something, I'll take it. I mean, really, this is how much experience I have with an actual dog. So I called my friend and I was like, hey, I'm going to go look at this dog. And she's like, that's great. I was like, well, what do I do if I like it? She's like, you bring it home. And I'm like, how? She said, you just put it on your lap. And I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. So she went with me to get the dog. And he had a Foster. That was his name when we got him. His name was Foster Dog. And it was funny because the kids were little. I think Ben was like, he was about to be 5. So that means Anna was like 7 or 8. And when I left that day, they're like, bring us a surprise. I'm like, okay, I might. Well, little did I know, I was bringing them a dog. So when we got home, I came in the house and I gave one of them like the bag of dog food that the lady had sent with me, and I gave the other one like a toy. And so my daughter got it right away and she was so excited. And Ben started crying and I said, what's the matter, buddy? He said, a dog is a lot of responsibility. And I was like, yeah, it is. So Ben was not thrilled. Anna was beyond excited about the prospect of having a dog. But through the years, it's kind of funny because Teddy has definitely become more of Ben's dog than Anna's dog. I'm not really a dog person, but I do, I take care of him and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I'm the one noticing that your dog isn't eating. We need to change his food again. Yeah, I would love to see that, James. I'd love to see your, Ben is sweet. I would love to see your dog. Ben has a YouTube channel and it is called Piano Eagle. And Ben is a musician. He plays the piano beautifully. He learned to play during quarantine 2020 and he taught himself. He watched some videos online and learned how to play. And I don't know, he played just what he had figured out by himself for a couple of years before he was ready to take lessons. And now he has taken lessons and he plays piano, learned to play bass guitar last year, harmonica, accordion, something called a violin, which is kind of like a mixture between, I always want to say a violin and a ukulele, but I'm not sure. One end you strum, one end you like play with a bow, and then the other end you pluck. So whatever those two together would be. And apparently it was an instrument that they made in the 1940s, and people went door to door selling these instruments to people. And pretty much the only people that knew how to play them were the guys who were selling them. But my sister found one at a thrift store and got it for Ben. And he can make some really pretty music with it. He does a lot of covers of songs that he enjoys. He plays a lot of hymns, old hymns. He is not a fan at all of modern praise and worship music. He likes the beauty of the older music. So if you're doodling with me, we're just doodling in every other square. Because we're going to do some this way, and we're going to do some the other way. And he did I think his best video on his channel is his cover of Thomas the Tank Engine song, which is really hilarious that is like his best one, but it's definitely his most highly rated. I'll have to put a link up to his channel. He's like, don't tell all those Scientology people to watch my channel. I was like, I don't think most of the people who are watching me are Scientologists, Ben. And if they are, they'll be nice, I'm sure. Because they won't want you to know who they are. I just thought that was funny, though. I'm just kind of doodling today. It's been kind of a stressful day, Marla. And, yeah, I just wanted to do some of these doodle things. I had this pattern that I was following, but I messed it up. I messed it up from the very second I started. So I thought I would just do a little more of the doodling. And I have been working on a junk journal. And if you don't know what a junk journal is, I am going to show you. Let me finish this square and I will show you my junk journal because it was so much fun. It's not quite finished yet, but I went to this retreat this weekend. It was a crafting retreat with my daughter. And I took all of this other stuff to do. Then I was like, oh, I want to make a book with this. So I ran into town. We were in this teeny tiny town where our campgrounds are, and I got went to the Dollar Tree and I got a notebook, and then I just started taking all the papers and cutting them up and putting them in the book and making pages, and I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you because I'm proud of my junk journal. I'm gonna put my doodling away for the moment. Okay, here's my junk journal. Let me make sure. Okay, there you go. Now everybody can see my junk journal. Oh, yeah, I definitely feel sorry for them too, James. I've had an interest in cults for most of my life because of various different reasons. And I live near a lot of Amish, which I don't necessarily think they're a cult, but I definitely think they've got some things that are pretty screwy that are, make them bordering on cult-like. So this is the little journal I bought, and it's pink velvet. It's so pretty, but it had something else inside. So this was the paper I put on the front. I know it's upside down, and I apologize that it is upside down, but oh, you know what? There we go. Now it's not upside down for you. It's upside down for me, and I can handle that. So this is the inside, and this all came from a really pretty pack of paper from Michael's. It's called Back to School or something was the name of the paper. So I've got to write here, whose the journal is. Take note. And the thing with junk journals, you pile in a lot of stuff. So as you can tell, it does not lay flat. It is going to be a large thing. Okay, so then some more of the papers here. I like to do something extra along the edges so that it's not just the thin paper. This, I cut up some strips and put that in there. Yeah, they definitely have cultish vibes. Hey, Anna Opal. Y'all, that's my daughter. Annalisa Opal, that's my girl. That's where I got the name Opal. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that story. When it was during quarantine, and my daughter and my son, they used to watch this guy, Charlie, World by Charlie, and he did videos about nature and science and things. And so he would have all these basically 5th grade kids in his chat. And so the big thing in his chat was that everyone would just say, poop. And so he needed a moderator. And so my daughter's name in there was Anna Opal. So she said, my mommy can help you. And so he said, okay, well, let's ask Mama Opal to help us. So that's how I got the name Mama Opal. And that's why I thought it was so funny the other day, James, when you put something in the chat with a poop emoji. I'm like, oh, I'm back to my early days of modding. We got poop in the chat. Oh, so this one I took and I put a couple of the pieces together, and I put pattern on front and back, and I made a little tab. So well, that's special. All right, here's another one that's just plain. But then these two are the same, but they're little pockets. So you can write here, you can write on the tags. And a lady at the retreat gave me these bookmarks. And so this also opens up so you could write inside. So I was making this thinking I might use it for one of my classes for this semester, just because I think it's more fun when I have something pretty to write in. Okay, and then we've got this one. Is this one? This one doesn't open. Okay, but this one here, and then the side next to it does open up. I don't know why James' name comes up. Ames Steele. That's James Steele, and I tell you about James. James and his dad jokes. And so we've got some lined pages here. Some here. I don't know if you could see that. This is so weird with my camera this way. So this semester, I'm taking Hebrew class, which I'm so excited about because I am a language person and I love to learn languages. So I'm thinking I might put all my vocabulary lists and things in here. You know, just try to make it a little more fun. Got another pocket page over here. Oh, you know, I'm all about the foil right now. Oh, there. I was like, I know this one opens. Yeah, so this one opens this way. Got this here. And I like this one. This is kind of like a wide layout that goes across both. I'll probably put some pictures in here and stuff too. Combine school notes with a mini scrapbook. Now this one gets crazy. So we've got some bookmarks in here. This is like a little, I cut out some of the pages from the back since it's too many pages. Oh, it happens a lot. That it comes up Ames Steel. I don't know. I noticed that earlier. I was like, why does it look like your name is Ames? Well, anyway, my daughter, she listens to talk about all my online friends, so she knows who you guys are. She has been well versed. One day, I was talking about George from Florida, surrounded by Scientology, and she's like, "Wait, new character unlocked." And like, George isn't a new character. George was from this summer. I met George at Natalie's house. But she hadn't heard me talk about George, so she thought he was a new character. Yeah, so this is the junk journal, and then I've got a little bit more that I'm going to either add or just, you know, rip out the extra pages and have the junk journal there. That's kind of funny that I'm working upside down. So I did that, and then I've also been working on Christmas diamond cards. Let's see if we can get this where you can see it. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's upside down and backwards. So when I have my long classes, I like to do something because I can't listen or pay attention for 3 hours straight. Thanks. I don't know if you like in the card or the other thing, but either one. Thanks, Irish Mart. Yeah. So you know I get these from Temu, which I love. I love Temu. I can't help it. They're so pretty, but it is the weirdest thing because I'm going to show you. So like on the back of these beautiful Christmas cards, we have Merry Christmas, right? Okay, ready for the inside? What? Thank you. The outside is beautiful. Hi, Crafty Village. Hello. Good to see you. But look at this silly thing they put on the inside of the Christmas cards. Best wishes. Like, So probably what I will do is I will, I'm going to cut these off. I think I'm going to get some little 6x6 frames from the Dollar Tree and make some things to hang up because I think these are too pretty to send as Christmas cards and then know, you know, that they're all just going to get thrown away. So I don't want to do that. But yeah, oh, and then the other thing I made while I was gone is also beautiful diamond art. Look at this. It has a little stand, and you can stand it up. It's this beautiful tree, and I'm like, oh, that is so pretty. This was really fast to make. It did not have a lot of little diamond things, but I was like, that was so pretty. Thank you. Just cut it apart. What am I cutting apart? I missed. Look, I blinked, and now I'm like, cut something apart. Oh, the Christmas cards? Yes, I will definitely cut those Christmas cards apart because that's just silly. And I might make, I might just make them into new cards. So previously I had thought about doing some watercolor on a doodle page that someone else did. So I think I'm going to go back to that plan since I messed up my doodle page. I saw this video the other day about, it's like there was a piece of paper and a circle and a pair of scissors and a pair of tape. And so the guy sits down and he starts cutting out the circle and there's a voice and it says, okay, we are not going to cut out the circle. Put your scissors to the side. So he puts the scissors to the side, he picks up the tape and he starts taping it back together. Okay, go ahead and put the tape off to the side. We don't need that yet. And that's me. I just jump around like crazy sometimes. So yeah, these are water brushes. They already have water in them and I like them for painting. So you just squeeze and you get a little bit of water in them. And yeah, so this is just a pattern I found online. a lot of times if you're looking for, like a coloring page or something, I just put in like large doodle designs, easy to color or something like that. So I wouldn't end up one with teeny tiny little spaces that I didn't, that I wouldn't be able to get my brush into. So these are just cheapy watercolors. I've had them for a really long time. And just like my markers, I am not a professional colorer, so it doesn't matter to me that my watercolors are cheap. So I just want to just do a little watercoloring because this is on a full sheet of paper with a wide border. So I figure if I color this, then I could cut it out and use it on the fronts of 2 different cards. Because that would be good, I think. So kids and I went out to lunch today. Somehow we talked my son into buying. I'm not sure if we talked him into it or we tricked him into it. But right there, oh, James has wise words. I gotta scroll back up and see. That is right, James. I do not need that kind of negativity in my life. Hey, Nancy. Yeah, we're watercoloring. We've done a number of things. I started a doodle and then I messed it up. And then I showed my my junk journal that I made this weekend at Craft Retreat. That was so pretty. I'll probably show it again here in a minute or two. Nancy, this is my daughter in the chat with us, Annalisa Opal. She's where I got the Opal name from. I think Nancy knew that story. She was probably the only one who knew that story. I told somebody else. I think I told like Penshay Becky or something. Someone kept asking me where I got the opal. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a story. I don't know that it's necessarily an interesting story. It's kind of funny though, especially when James puts poop in the chat. Yeah. Oh, I missed it again. What did you see that was fabulous? Crafty Village. Yeah. I said, this is my year to try to use up a lot of my, oh, thank you. Yeah, the junk journal. The year to try to use up a lot of my stuff. I have so much stuff. So when my daughter came over the other day, I don't even know what got her started. She wanted something that I had. She asked if she could have it. And I was like, yeah. And so I just got out this big bag and I'm like, here, have some embossing powder, have some glitter, have some this, have some that. So I helped get her craft room stocked. And she was happy and I was happy to get rid of a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I showed the diamond art that I did last weekend, Nancy. It was tiny and it was very fast. And then this lady at Retreat, oh, cool. What are you painting, Nancy? Tell us. The lady at Retreat was like, I have all of these diamond arts. I want you to take one. And like, she was so insistent. So I finally took one and you couldn't really see what they were because they were all rolled up. So it was a lion. But it's not the shiny diamonds. It's the flat ones. And I'm just like, that makes me sad. So I was going to ask you, do they say something different on the outside to know that you're getting the shiny ones and not the flat ones? Because I think I'm just going to give this to somebody else because I'm like, I don't want to do the flat ones. They make me sad. And they're squares and it was big. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that I could do this. Only because my ADD, as you can see, and I'm jumping all over here. This is how I paint a wall, or how I paint a room. It's ridiculous. I like paint part of the wall and then I'm like, oh, that wall looks fun. And then I go paint that and then I come back and then Anna comes in and she's like, Ma, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So she usually finishes up for me now that she knows how to paint. But just doing one row after another. Oh, you came for Journey Glaze and you left with a whole tub of crafting supplies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely want to see it, Nancy. Do you think Natalie will make a book of memories? I think it would help. If Mama Opal has anything to say about it, yeah, I'm going to try to help her do that, actually. Take the pictures and record the stories. Because when both of my parents died and we cleaned out the garage. My siblings were all like, this was yours, this was yours. I'm like, picture, snap, toss. Because, you know, they were old toys. They'd been up in the attic for years. They were dirty and gross, and it wasn't like anything you wanted to save, but you just wanted the memories. So yeah, I'm going to try to help her do that at some point, James. Because I agree, we want the memories. Ooh, you forgot the corner of the red one that you did 2 ago. Maybe I did, but I don't see it, eh? You're gonna have to point me in the right direction. Oh man, I just made a mess. So with watercolors, if you make a mess, you gotta leave it, because if I try to move it now, it's gonna make an even bigger mess. I'll come back and fix it later. All right, I'm gonna move on to a different color that's similar but not the same. I'll have to try this one now. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Then we can kind of blend them together. Left side of your screen. I'll probably notice it when I get closer. Yeah. That's good. I'll have to look. Nancy said she sent me a picture of her sunflowers. Anna, did I buy you sunflowers to do? I think I did. Oh, okay. So you think I did get it? I hope I got it. If not, oh. I think what I bought, Anna, was like a big 3-panel thing of sunflowers. And I'm not using watercolor paper, so that's why I'm not going over things too many times, because I don't want my paper to start pilling. I did use a nice, thick, heavy cardstock that will go through my printer, whereas the watercolor paper a lot of times will get stuck. And I need a new printer. I do that HP Instant Ink, and I have the plan where you get the ink and the printer. So every 2 or 3 years you can have a new printer. And I haven't had one for a long time because this has been a really good printer, but it's starting to act up. And I print so much stuff. Can't imagine not having a printer. Yeah, it could be the light. Oh, she said I just got it. Okay, yeah. Because I keep telling you guys, I'm like, I have so much light in this room, I don't know why I can't see. So we're trying to figure out, I have 2 task lights above my head, but they're making a shadow. So I was looking at different kinds of diffusers last night to spread that light out. And then I ordered 3 lights that are going to go on the sides. So that should get rid of the shadows. But they're on a slow boat from China, literally. I got a notice, shipped by, or yeah, being delivered by ship. I'm like, oh, and I live in the middle of the country. This should be interesting. So it'll be a little while before those get here, but it's okay. I should be studying anyway, but I didn't want right now. I wanted to play. I wanted to play and talk to my friends. Okay, Anna said I got it. I said I got it when I did that. So I had a, oh shoot, laid my hand in it. I had a song suggestion today for a bunch of my friends who are going through some hard stuff and are kind of sad today. And it is called, oh shoot, Anna, what's that Jelly Roll song called that I like so much? I'm Not Okay. That's what it's called. I'm Not Okay, but it's all going to be all right. I found that song a couple months ago. I was like, oh, I love this song. We had a family in our homeschool group, and their son died really unexpectedly last week, and that was very sad. Some of my family members were also good friends with those people. So yeah, it's just been kind of a hard week for some people. But yeah, look it up sometime if you want. Jelly Roll is the artist, and it's called I Am Not Okay. So pretty. Looks like I'm going to color them like rainbows, doesn't it? It's like I've started out on this rainbow theme, which is totally not what I was going for. And to clean these brushes, you just squeeze them and water comes out until it's clean. And then you can choose a new color. But hey, since I've already started on the rainbow theme, I think I'm just going to kind of go with it. Hey, Susan Goob Grandma. Nice to see you. We're just hanging out. We're just chatting and I'm painting. I'm painting some, I always think it's funny, the adult coloring books. These images that are titled adult, only in that. I laid my hand in it. But you know what? I said I was going to cut it off anyway, so it's not going to matter, right? Right. Did you get yourself some, Anna? Oh, you've got to get yourself some, yeah. She needs to get some of these. I had extras of these, but I didn't share these. Because these wear out after a while. So, like I said, I'm going to paint this, and then I'm going to let it dry and cut it up and use it on a card. Some card fronts. I know Northern Girl, she makes cards. Okay, Rad, is your stuff all in storage? Did you tell me that? You're getting ready to move and your stuff is all in storage. I know it wasn't James. James doesn't make cards, as far as I know. Nancy was out snowshoeing earlier. How was the snowshoeing, Nancy? You'd like to insert another song, perhaps y'all would enjoy. Tell us. Oh, well, okay. Well, we'll try to entertain you for a few more minutes then, James, and give you a little calm before you got to go. You got to go work at helping your dad again. Yeah, Susan, tell us what the song you're recommending. I wanted to play some music, but I was like, oh, I don't think I can. I don't think I can play music in the background. I keep telling Ben he should record something for me so I could play it, because then it would just be his own music. And that would be okay. This is looking pretty. I like this. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I've got all the red, oranges, and yellows. I'm gonna get some other colors in here. I had previously thought I was just going to do it all in blues and greens so it would be really calm, but I'm really liking how this looks. I'm going to put a couple more yellows in here. I'm great at bringing the calm. Thanks, A. Years of practice. Yeah, we have a pretty calm, pretty chill life at our house. We're not much into drama. I think that's important in life. Guard your peace. It's like figure out where the drama's coming from and avoid it. Because who's got time for that? I was looking at the new designs for my cutting machine, and one of the ones was "Don't be a drama llama," and it had this little llama on there. Like, that's hilarious. Don't be a drama llama. Like, okay, I can do that. All right, let's see. Did she? Oh, you don't know how to get it to me. You can email it to me at my mamaopalsp@gmail.com address, Susan. Yeah, I love music. That retreat we were at last weekend, I had my earphones in most of the time listening to music. I like to go to things like that because, there's your friends and things that you see. But then when I'm there very long, I realize I get so overwhelmed by big crowds like that I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. But it's like, no, you can do this for a while, and then you can go to your room and escape for a while. And I did. And actually, I slept a lot while I was at retreat. I think the retreat from the weekend before totally wore me out. Trying to get a nice green. I think this green is a little light. Well, it could be okay. Yeah, so we ate lunch. We slept a lot. She already is, as long as she's got food in her. If she did, what? Wow, what are you saying about me now? The no drama mama compared to the others. That's funny. Is she always calm? That's true. That's true. Unless I'm hungry, James, I get hangry. I get hangry. I do. But that's okay. They feed me. Well, it's funny because Anna is married now. She got married in April. And so, of course, she doesn't live here now because she's married. But we can't eat a lot of foods. We have very, very restrictive diets of all the things we can eat. So, and she doesn't mind cooking. So I would find recipes and I would leave them laying around where she would find them. And she would take the hint and she would make them for me. So now in my craft room, I have a space in here for Ben to work. And his space is just right next to the printer. So I didn't mean anything by it, but I found this recipe the other day for these like almond flour something delicious cookies. And so it was there in the printer, and then I printed something else, so I just moved it off to the side. And he brought it to me, and he's like, "Ma, this doesn't work on me. You can't just leave me recipes and expect me to make things for you." I was like, "Oh, darn it." Yeah, it was worth a shot, buddy. It was worth a shot. But we did, he did buy our lunch today, and that was very nice. He is a very nice young man. And then he went off to work. Yeah. So another fun thing I like to do when I do some kind of watercoloring is that stuff that I used one day. It comes in a little, looks like a nail polish bottle. It's called Sparkle Silk. And you just flick it and it goes all over your, whatever you're working on. That's this stuff. You can also put this, see how sparkly it is. You can put this in your brush with the water, and then it makes everything that you paint sparkly. And it's so pretty. But I didn't do that at the beginning, so I'm not going to do it now because then it would look silly. Like, why are some colors sparkly? Some colors aren't. I don't know. Did you see my picture? I didn't yet because I am not at my computer. I'll have to look. I want to see what Nancy's doing. Hold on. Did you send it in an email? Oh, wait, I see it up there. Nancy sent me a photo. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I love it. I don't know if I can share it or not. I don't know. You guys probably all just looking at my arm now. I love that, Nancy. If I was on my computer, I would know how to share it, but I'm on my phones, multiple phones. Yeah, and sometimes your brush starts to give you too much water. Just dab it on your paper towel. So I was saying that it wasn't the best day of playing pickleball today. And then I got a message as soon as I got home. It's like, "Hey, you want to play again tonight at 6?" I'm like, oh, will it be a redemption story from today, or will it just be more of the same? Yeah, and the sparkles don't rub off. That's true, Anna. That is so good. So good, so pretty. This is really pretty. I really like this. Yeah, Susan, send that song over. I want to know. I want to know what song you're talking about. I like all kinds of music. I would say heavy metal music is not something that I just go for. I mean, there's some that I like. I like a lot of rap, which will probably surprise a lot of you, but I do. And yeah, I just like all kinds of music. My liked list is very, very varied. Yeah. Okay. He's looking. Look, I was gonna say, Anna, you should put up a link to Ben's channel. I don't know if I can make you a mod here so you could put a link up for his channel. Oh, I can. There we go. Anna, would you put a link up to Ben's channel so people can see his videos if they want to? I couldn't download. What's the name of the song, Susan? I'm sure I could find it if you. tell me the name of it. I used to have an interesting job. I was a booking agent for a Christian singer. So he traveled with Sandy Patty. His name was Brian McSee. And I would just cold call churches and ask if he could come and sing for donations. And it was one of my interesting jobs throughout the years. Had a lot of interesting jobs. One really fun one was I worked for the movie. Yeah, You've Got the Power. Yeah, Nancy still has more power than you, though, honestly. You better watch out. Better keep yourself in line. I worked for the movie company, and they would tell me which movies to go to every weekend. And I would have to go to new movies, and I would have to count how many people came. And so I had to go like 15 minutes before the first movie started, and I had to stay until the last movie ended and count how many people came to every showing. And I would do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, and sometimes it was multiple weekends. So the original Free Willy, I probably saw that movie 200 times. Not kidding. Oh, Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Sidney Christmas. Okay. I have to look that up. I don't think I've heard that. I'm going to test this over here, see if I like this blue. Okay, that's a good blue. And I will listen to it later. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, so that was an interesting job. So I did, oh my goodness, I watched the Free Willy movie so many weekends in a row. That movie was so popular. And I did Sister Act and a little cowboy movie. Okay, there's the link to Ben's channel if anybody wants to watch Ben's music videos, because he's got some good ones on there. He's got, uh-oh, I think my husband's home. Heard the electronic lock go. So I will also, on my community page, I will put a link to this picture. So if anybody's like, I want to do that, I want to print that, I want to color it. I think you could even download it and put it in your iPad or something and do, color it electronically. So if Sheila, if you're catching up later, hey James, have fun. Have fun. I'm not sure that's the right word. Have a good evening, James. There we go. I don't think have fun is the correct term there. Yeah, so Sheila, if you're watching later, download this and put it in your iPad coloring program and color it and make it pretty. Yep, there's my husband. He's home from work. Hello, husband. Oh, you're fine. He's like, whoops, backing out of this room. It's all good. So, yeah, I like how it's coming together. And I might even at the end just, put some of that sparkle over the whole thing. Because I obviously am not going to go back and do each little square. But I could flick some pretty blue on it. It's kind of reminding me of Skittles. I don't know why. Like the Skittles package. Taste the rainbow. Supposed to rain today. It's like 40 something, I think. I'm still hoping for some good snow though. Nancy's had all the good snow. I didn't get any. We got a tiny bit of snow. And the other thing I'll also do when I get done is I'll go, after it's completely dry, I'll go back in with a black marker and blacken these lines so that it doesn't look so messy. But watercolor is supposed to be a little messy. Watercolor is not perfect. Alcohol markers would be really pretty to do on this design, which is what I was originally thinking about doing. So let's see here. I like this. What's everybody else doing? Is anybody else? Nancy and I are working on stuff. Abraham. Hey, Abraham. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm watercoloring. And I showed everybody my, I'll let this dry for a second, my junk journal that I made this weekend. Here we go. I'll just show you. It's getting a nice, nice hefty size to it here in the junk journal. Got pages and pockets, and this one's my favorite with all of the tags and the pullouts and the. So that was some of the new paper that I got at Michael's the other day. But I told everybody I'm trying to use my stash this year. I guess except for paper because I keep buying new paper. Abraham, Annalisa Opal is in the chat, and she is my daughter. So, Anna, meet Abraham. Abraham, Anna. Oh, yes, Anna. Now you may thank Abraham for your bracelet. She's the one who wanted a Sins of Scientology bracelet. I think I told you thank you from her one other time, but in case I didn't, I don't want to be rude. Ooh, I don't have any metallic watercolors. What brand of watercolors do you have that are metallic? That would be super fun. Since I'm all about the shiny right now. The shiny everythings. Like, I'm trying to think. I've done some like painting with pigment powders and things. I think we did that with gum arabic, but I don't have any gum arabic anymore. I don't know why or where it went. Michael's carry some. I have to look at Hobby Lobby. My closest Michael's is an hour away. Almost an hour away. But Nancy's jealous because I have a Hobby Lobby and she doesn't. Do you buy your diamond art at Hobby Lobby, Nancy, or you order yours online somewhere? I'm guessing unless your Hobby Lobby has a much bigger selection, you probably order them online. Because our Hobby Lobby doesn't have much of a selection at all. Oh, and I never did see the answers. All right, I'm back with a different link. Okay, Anna's putting up links to my son's YouTube channel. Because he does music videos, and if there's something you want him to cover, you can always send him a note and ask him. I think he would be thrilled to have take some suggestions. He's been doing a lot of 21 Pilot stuff because I think that's kind of his favorite right now. But he did, what's that musical, Anna? Dear Evan Hansen? I probably said it wrong. But I know he's done a cover of some of those songs as well. Your roads are closed and you don't have a Hobby Lobby. That's why Nancy's out snowshoeing. Yeah, I sent Nancy a note the other day. Hey, can you help? And she sends a picture of driving through very, very snowy roads. I was like, nope, you are very busy. You are very busy driving. Yeah, well, this is coming together. This is looking pretty. It'll be even better when it's done, though. So, Abraham, are you working today? Abraham. Oh, you love the old gospel hymns? Well, then you will definitely like some of what Ben's got on there, because he definitely has some old hymns, and he's got some compilations of old hymns. And I think he probably has some on there where, he kind of freestyles and kind of like almost like a ragtime sound, I think. He'll probably tell me that's not what it is, but he's not here right now to tell me, so I'm going to say it's like a ragtime style. I want a darker green now. I'll go with this one. Oh, this is turning out so pretty. Oh, and I think I said something the other day when I was doing that the live where I was showing you how to use the Silhouette Studio, which I love. That my friend Richard is about to get back to crafting, and he's got a new set coming out of I'm assuming it's digital files and digital papers and stuff for Wicked, because he is a huge Wicked fan. So I cannot wait to see what he has come up with. I love taking his classes. I love learning all his ideas. He took a couple years off and went back to school, some kind of cosmetology school. He has a bunch of degrees, a bunch of interests, but that was his latest one. But now that he has time, he's going to get back to some crafting. So I will definitely show you what I'm doing there once I figure out when he's going to show. I think he said maybe next week. I have not seen the musical, but I am a big musical fan. So glitter pins, gel pins. You're supposed to be working. That's funny. When is the new season starting, Abraham? Of Sinners and Secrets. I think I got the name right this time. I know. It's coming soon to a podcast near you. I'm so excited to see what it's going to be. Abraham and I have some things we're working on collaborating with, so we have to get that done someday soon now that I'm not traveling all the time. But those will be fun. The things we've got up our sleeves. I know, I've got these. I don't know, it's late for James, so he went to take care of his dad, and I studied all morning, so I thought I could have some time off to play. Nancy's painting diamond paint. Crafty Village was here a little bit ago, Abraham. Your friend that's right, Crafty Village, right? The first will be a 3-part episode on Epstein. Oh, all right. A little sneak peek for all of us. And that is creepy. Creepy man. It's always fun to see what new things you guys discover to tell us in those episodes. Yeah, now's the part where I gotta okay, fill in all the spaces you missed. I guess I could use another slightly purple, an indigo-ish. I'm kind of missing a color, I think. There we go. I think that'll work. I said when I get done with this, Abraham, I'm going to let it dry. Then I'm going to go back and darken the lines, the black lines, and then cut it up and use it for either a journal cover or a card front. I started out the stream by doing my own doodle, but then I did not follow the directions and I messed it up. I mean, not that you can really mess up a doodle, but it wasn't what I wanted, so I'm going to do it. Redo it another time. We need some glitter. We definitely will have glitter at the end. I bought these sheets of really thin double-sided adhesive. So once I get it where I like it, I could do that. I could cover the whole thing in one of those and then just glitter it. Because I love glitter and I have tons of glitter. That is never a shortage at this house of glitter. Or I could also put it on glitter paper. Either one of those would work. Trying to get some darker purple in these little tiny spots here. Fill in the holes. I also made a ton of bookmarks this weekend with all of the extra school papers that I had. So I doubled them up. And then they're all blank on the back so that I can stamp or write something on the back, and just used up a bunch of extra ribbon that I had laying around. because I have this really cool punch that if you cut a 2-inch wide strip, then you can punch the top, and it does that. It does the, there you go. It makes the cuts and the punches the holes, so you can make bookmarks that look really nice. So I did a bunch of that this weekend too. It was fun. We got there Friday and hung out with everybody on Friday, and then I got up and I went to lunch with a friend on Saturday at 11:30. Came back to the retreat by 1, went straight to bed, didn't say hello to anybody, snuck in the side door, went to bed, slept for like 2 or 3 hours, got up and did some stuff. About 5, I went back. 5:30, I went back to bed, and I slept till 7:30 the next morning. So I was like, I guess I just really needed to sleep last weekend. And then we did craft a little bit on Sunday before we came home. But didn't get a ton of crafting done. But you know, when you're a paper crafter, it's so hard, because what do you take? Take your die cut machine, you take your computer, you take your manual die cut machine, you take all your dies, all your cardstock, all your... So I had just taken kind of a weird collection of stuff. But then I decided to do the junk journal, so I ran to town, bought the journal, came back and just started working on that because it was fun. Look, I'm almost done with this. Yay. I like it. Let me see if it's pretty. I'm using watercolor. I'm not, Abraham. That's what I was telling them. I was like, I started out thinking I was going to use my alcohol markers, but then I switched. It's really thick cardstock. It is Hammermill premium cardstock, and it's what Nancy recommends. Not our Nancy, the other Nancy, Foiling Nancy. It's what she recommends for all of the foiling. So I got that to do my foiling on. But it's such nice cardstock that I was like, I think I'll just use this one for this project. And that's also why I'm not trying to blend things, because I know if I start trying to blend, it's just gonna pill and be ugly. We don't want that. Let's get a little more orange in here. That one's gonna have to do. Re-wet it. Maybe I can get it to move a little bit. Now I've got a big empty spot right here in the middle of my page. There we go. Now I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to put some shiny stuff over it. So I honestly don't even know where I got these watercolors. This is what they look like, though. I would guess probably Amazon or Hobby Lobby or something. Watercolors. And the other thing I like to paint with is I like to paint with gouache. Have you ever used gouache? It's the worst for watercolor. Yeah, but this is good for alcohol markers. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna grab some from my cabinet. All right, let's do a little experiment. Abraham says it's the best for alcohol markers. So I grabbed a bunch of my alcohol markers. Let's see. We'll do half watercolor, half alcohol markers. And yeah, these are my cheapies. Because now I had to make sure I'm not going to go through onto my table. Okay, I'm not. These are the ones you can get. Right now they have like the huge sets, like the 260 some alcohol marker sets on Temu for like, I think it's about $30. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cheap. And until you really know what you're doing, it doesn't matter. Abraham should do some tutorials of how to color with the alcohol markers. I only know a few things. I am really good at coloring pumpkins with alcohol markers. Why that's my claim to fame, I don't know, but man, I can color a pumpkin. And I had a Alice in Wonderland set one time, and it was the big hat, maybe the clock or something, and I was at a convention and one of the girls showed us how to color, and I colored that really nicely while she watched, and I've never been able to color that one so beautifully again. But I think it's just something you have to practice. Yeah, and I'm sure it also helps to have someone telling you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And I signed up one time and did I did watercolor pencil classes, but I've never done alcohol marker classes. But I just like how they're not all streaky. You can color and not see your lines like you do when you color with Crayolas. And obviously, it's a lot faster than watercoloring them. And you're right, this is nice paper for this, Abraham. Try blending with it. Use a darker towards the back of the line and a lighter towards the front. Okay, let me grab it. So this is a 15. Let me see if I can find... 14 doesn't look like it's going to be anything close, but let's... So should I start with my light? I'm assuming I should start with my light so that I don't ruin my... See, maybe I'm even going the wrong way. I don't know. You can tell me what I did wrong. I'm thinking... Does anyone else here have watercolor or have alcohol markers? And if so, what do you do with them? Are you good with them, or are you just like, yeah, I have watercolor or I have alcohol markers? Make them 3D darker in the edges and lighter in the middle. Okay, I can do that. All right, so I have the lightest one here. So let's try this one here. Color it all light. And then we'll go slightly darker. But not all the way to the middle. And then dark. Well, let's see, how does that one look? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right, I think it looks better. Let's do a little bit of this one again to blend it all in. Okay, what do you think? How's that look? They're pretty in the package. That's true. So like, they're very pretty. They're very pretty in my little tote bag that I've got them all in. I need another one. Okay, so I have 13, 14, 15. I'm not sure if I have an in-between of those two. I'm looking at all my numbers over here. Oh, wait, this one. So you've got this one. Okay, those two blend really nicely together. That was 12 to 13. A little 14 up here. There we go. Okay, those all blend. But I think 15 is where it goes awry. Yeah. 15's like, I am so dark. So we don't want that one. It's too dark. Let's go the other way. Let's go to 11. Well, that one goes more with this one. I think 15 and 15 and 11 go together, whereas these three go together. All right, let's try this again. All right. All right, we've got a good base of color. Let's go. A little darker. I think I went out of order on those. I will say, I don't know why I had the fat end on this one. It's going to make me mess everything up. I have something similar. What do you have similar? This tote thing that I have, or these markers? Okay, 12. We were talking about dogs earlier before you guys got here, Nancy and Abraham. I know you guys both have dogs too. I was saying that our dog has suddenly become super finicky. He's like, nah, I'm not eating my dog food. He won't eat it. He won't go close to it. But man, you give him anything else, he is all about it. I was like, Teddy, I just spent $75 on this big bag of Blue Buffalo for you. So I think I'm going to have to go to the store and find him something else. When we first got him as a puppy, he ate a raw diet. I kind of like that. And I would drive to Indianapolis, and I would get him stuff from this raw place, and he was just a spoiled little pooch. And he always ate it just fine. And then one day he just wouldn't eat it anymore. And I'm trying to find my caps. I had all this raw dog food, so I started, where's all my caps? I started cooking it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've become that person. I'm cooking for my dog. So I was taking the raw food, and I was cooking it, and I was making rice and mixing other vegetables in it. And so he ate that for quite a while. And then one day he just stopped, and he wouldn't eat that anymore. And then I think I switched to some other kind of food, and he ate that for a while, but then he got a lot of skin conditions. And so then I switched to the Blue Buffalo, the salmon. And so then he would eat that for a while. But now he's just refusing to eat any dog food. So it's like, well, I said, I guess we'll try some canned food for a while. Some canned Blue Buffalo or something. Sadie loves First Mate. I don't know what First Mate is. Don't go around it, just the sides. I don't know how to explain it. Like maybe just, I know they have that like in the grocery stores, like fresh pet or something, but that's basically what he had, you know, years ago when he was getting his special doggy food. Because when we got him, the people we got him from already had a puppy package at a vet. And it's a holistic, like natural kind of vet. And since the kids and I do all holistic, natural doctoring, I thought, yeah, that works for the dog too. Well, that one was the darker one. I don't know. I have a swatch chart of all of these somewhere. I'll have to find it to figure out what I'm doing. Maybe you could color one step by step and just take pictures and show me, Abraham, like this is what I do with the dark one, this is what I do with the light one, and then I can figure it out, because I'm obviously not getting it figured out here. All right, so I think that part's dry. And I think it's funny when watercolors dry and they feel almost gritty. I don't know if that says something about the quality of my watercolors, but I think it's something to do with how they're made and that they've got a little bit of sand or something in them. But gouache, I love the gouache. It's so vibrant and so beautiful. All right, trimmer time. All right, I'm just going to trimmer this here. Let's see. right, let's see. Did we get 4 inches here? Yeah, we did. Oops. Got a little shift. There we go. And then we go 5 1/4 here. Ta-da! We've got beautiful colors. Okay, now I need my Sharpie. My Sharpie so I can go over these lines again because I want them to look beautiful. I will send you this file when I get done. Because I would love to see that. Because like I said, I want to be better at it. I just don't really have any friends who are really good at alcohol markers. Hide my imperfections here with black marker. I don't know if you guys know this. I said I come from an area where there's a lot of Amish. But in every Amish quilt, there's at least one mistake that they put in on purpose. Because they say that only God is perfect, so they can't make anything perfect. So they specifically put in something that messes up their pattern or their color or their stitch work or something. So it's kind of like a hidden Easter egg when you're looking at Amish quilts trying to figure out what the mistake is that they included in their quilts. I like this. I think this is fun. I don't know if James ever answered me about, he told me what kind of dog he had, and I said I thought it was one that was like a greyhound. Is it called a Whippler or something? And in my mind, that's one of those that looks like a greyhound. I could be wrong. I'm going to try that doodle pattern later. Figure it out so I can show it to you another day when I don't mess it up from the very beginning. Nice. That could be one of those ASMR videos, couldn't it? Just listening to that Sharpie. That's very soothing sound. Northern Girl said that she likes just the sound of the paper trimmer. I think it was her. It was either her or Tony Hoban said he just liked the sound of the paper trimmer. I like the sound of my cutting machines. It was funny because my Silhouette machine, I have the What do I have? The 3 and the 4, I think. And I pull out the 3 more often than not because the 4 won't do what it's supposed to do. The 5 has some fun new features, but I'm like, I don't know. I've been able to get the 4 to act right, so I don't know if I want to spend the money on the 5 hoping that it'll do right. Probably need to make some Valentines here before too long. Otherwise, those won't get mailed out like my Christmas cards did not get mailed out. They'll get saved for next time. I said I was just going to make New Year's cards. I used to have a stamp that said Happy Everything. I was like, yeah, that works. I can't remember to do things in a timely manner. Just send out one. All right, did I miss anything? I don't think I did. I think I got them all. All right. Somebody tell me if you see anything that I missed. Because I'm looking for the adhesive sheets if I can find them. And then I'm going to glitter it, Nancy. I am going to glitter it. Ah, here's the adhesive sheets. Found that. Now I need the glitter. Probably need Swiffer sheets too to clean up the glitter after I glitter it. This glitter's messy. Ah. Found the glitter. The tray of all the beautiful glitters. You were late with your Christmas cards. Yeah, I had addressed all of mine and I just didn't mail them. I just was like, well, I missed up. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with the clear, the really fine. I think it was called Dazzling Diamonds, Diamond Art. No, Dazzling Diamonds, I think is what they call this. Okay, so I need to cut a piece of my double-sided adhesive to go on here. All right, I'm going to make it a little bigger than I need because it's kind of hard to get it perfectly on there. Then I can trim it. Okay, here we go. I'm like, whoa, I can't see that. All right. I get one shot at this. Wish me luck. Ta-da! I made it. Yay! Okay, get my great non-stick scissors here and trim off the extra. It doesn't stick to the scissors, it just sticks to me. Oh, okay. I have to see what you sent me. Oh, yeah. Oh, that must be what you sent me, a picture of what Dawn sent you. Yeah, I want to see it. Somebody, Northern Girl showed me one of her cards the other day. She makes big cards. She asked me, do you ever make big cards? I'm like, I don't. And the only reason I don't is because I don't have anywhere to store them. I have a really good system for storing A2 size cards. I'll deal with that later. And I made some slimline and mini slimlines one time, but they're just awkward. I just don't really have a good place for them. This reminds me of some Guatemalan art that my aunt Ruth brought back. Guatemala, maybe it was Peruvian art, but all of a sudden I'm just like, that's what this looks like. I'll have to find it. It's around here somewhere. I'll show you sometime. Okay, so this is totally sticky. It is ready. I know. I knew you were going to cringe. I was like, oh, Abraham's not here to say, like, why are you not using watercolor paper? Because I just didn't have any that would go through my printer. That was the only reason. I have plenty of watercolor paper. but it's all right. It's going to be pretty. Ta-da-da. Rub it in, rub it in. All right. Oh my gosh. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. I love it. Richard would say, I love it, want it, gotta have it. Oh, I do. It's probably what he's saying right now is he's getting ready to show us new stuff. It was funny because Richard always had all these funny sayings that he always said while he was crafting. And so one year he made us a set of wood stamps with all those sayings. And one of them is, oh my Lanta, and Arkansas Flamingo. She always says that. So I thought I should make her a card and stamp oh my Lanta on it. And now I am a shiny girl. But, oh my gosh, here we go. Do, 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 do. I love this so much. That is so beautiful. I know, isn't that great? I just need to find my Swiffer sheets and wipe it off with the Swiffer to get the extra off. I don't know where they're at right now, but I will wipe it off here in a bit. But this stuff, it sticks pretty good. So I'm getting some off of here, but not a ton. I'm really pressing hard to get it off of there. So I'll wipe it with the Swiffer and then it won't come off all over somebody when they get their card. That is so beautiful. All right. Well, I think I will. I am going to sparkle. My face will be all shiny. I'll message you tomorrow, Nancy, so you can see that I'm still sparkly and shiny. Because, yeah. You know, it was funny. My husband he would go to work and he would have glitter all over him because he just always had glitter everywhere in the house. And the guys at work would give him a really hard time about where had he been to get all glittery. He's like, I just went home for lunch. Like, sure you did. So there we go. Well, thank you for spending some time with me. I feel much better. It's only 4 o'clock. Honestly, I thought it was like 7. I am so glad it's only 4. I guess I can go play pickleball tonight. I have a feeling like I've reset myself now. I can go play and be productive. And then I have to decide what I want to put on the front of this card. So it's going to be something lovely. I'll probably use one of my ones that I think are kind of sarcastic because I think those stamps are funny. But I will show this because I don't think Nancy saw this before I go. This was one of the things I did this weekend. It's a heavy acrylic and it stands up. And I just thought it was pretty. And it was something really simple that I could do at the craft retreat without having to think a lot. And it had a lot of the fun shapes of the diamonds. So that was just my fun, easy project for the weekend. Thank you. Yeah, I got it at Hobby Lobby. It was $12.99 and 50% off. So it was a little more expensive than I normally spend on something that takes me a few minutes. But hey, I just look at those pretty, and I liked all the shaped ones and stuff. And what I want to do is I want to set it up in my window in front of my desk because I'm thinking if the light shines through it, that it will look really pretty. So it hasn't been sunny yet to do that, but maybe next week it'll be sunny and I can give it a shot. Well, everyone, thank you for joining me. Like I said, I feel much better. Thanks, Nancy. And I will see you tomorrow in the recap, most of you. And if not, I will see you wherever I see you the next time. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.